What is the crack? My name's Rusty Bartender. Welcome to the channel. And this video is over 30 gin cocktails for you, the home bartender. Let's cut out all the fluff and let's get straight into it. We're gonna start off with 3/4 of an ounce of our gin, 3/4 of an ounce of Cointreau, 3/4 of an ounce of our violet syrup. We're using Monin today. And 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Add ice to your shaker. I want to shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. Double strain into the chilled coupe glass. Give this one a try, folks. The watermelon. Grab a cocktail shaker. And we're just going to drop in 6 mint leaves, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Once you've added the simple syrup to the mint leaves, just going to give that a quick muddle. We're then going to go 2 ounces of gin. We're using Tanqueray gin today. Now we're going a sort of split citrus base of half an ounce of lime juice and half an ounce of lemon juice. Half an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Let's do a full half an ounce. Add ice to your shaker. And we're going to shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. So we're then going to double strain this into a fresh coupe glass. And garnish for this is just going to be a little sprig of mint. Sort of waft that over the top, get all the botanicals out. It's lovely. There you go, folks. The south side. You're going to grab your cocktail shaker. And then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. We're then going to go 3/4 of an ounce of the very easy to get green chartreuse. Is it easy to get? Is it not easy to get? I don't know what the truth is anymore. Then I'm going to go 3/4 of an ounce of Luxardo maraschino liqueur. Just on a note, this maraschino liqueur plus the green chartreuse is what's going to give the sweetness in this drink. We're then going to go 3/4 of an ounce of gin. We're using Steve the Bartender's threefold aromatic gin today. We're going to add ice to a shaker. We're going to give this a shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. And we're going to double strain this in. And garnish for this is a maraschino cherry, which I'm just going to drop into the glass because I like the way the syrup and the cherry combine in this drink. There you go, folks. This is the last word. So start off with, grab your cocktail shaker and we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of Italicus, which is a bergamot heavy infused liqueur. If you don't know what bergamot is, it's like the main flavor that's in Earl Grey tea bags. Anyway, we're going 3/4 of an ounce. And then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of gin. We're going to be using Steve the Bartender's own threefold gin, which is an aromatic gin. We're then going to go 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of your lemon juice. And the last ingredient is strawberry jam. The recipe calls for a heaped teaspoonful. We're using a bar spoon, which is pretty similar. Okay, heaped teaspoonful. We're just going to give that a little stir just to combine. Then you're going to add ice to your shaker. You sit on a shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. And double strain.
There you go, folks. This is the King's Breakfast.
We're gonna go 2 ounces of gin. I was using Tanqueray gin there, by the way, if you were looking. And then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of our dry curacao. In Belfast, a lot of bartenders will tell you this. We used to call this curacao, and we know it's not right, but that's the way they say it. Curacao. Not like we're putting on some sort of weird accent. Then need 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime. Here it is. 1 dash of Angostura bitters. 1 dash of orange bitters. Give us a shake for 15-20 seconds. Double strain this into your coupe. Garnish this with a little lime twist. There you go, folks. The pagan plum. So 1.5 ounces of gin into our cocktail shaker. We're then going to go 1/2 ounce of cherry hearing liqueur, which is obviously a cherry-based liqueur, if you're wondering. Then we're going to go 1/4 of an ounce of Benedictine. So Benedictine is like it's a French brandy-based liqueur. It's got herbs and honey. I'm pretty sure it's made of this. If you've ever had Drambuie, it's pretty much like that's like the Scottish version of this, but it's made with whiskey, whereas this is made with brandy. Quarter of an ounce. There now, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Then I'm going to go 1/4 of an ounce of grenadine. 1 dash of orange bitters. 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Then we're going to add ice to this and then give it a shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. Let's go. I'm going to grab a chilled highball glass, which we're going to fill with ice. Add 2 ounces of your soda water straight into your tin. Then strain that over the ice. And it's going to mix as you go. Garnish-wise for this, I'm just going to go for an orange wheel and a little maraschino cherry straw.
There you go, folks. The Singapore Sling.
In a cocktail shaker, add 2 ounces of gin, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Add ice to your shaker. Shake for 10 to 12 seconds. Then add 2 ounces of soda water to your shaker and strain over some fresh ice. Garnish with lemon twist and cherry. There you go, folks. The famous Tom Collin. Okay, to start off, you're going to need 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then you're going to need 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. Then you're going to need 1/2 ounce of a Fino sherry. Or is it Fino? I'm honestly not sure. Recipe calls for 1.5 ounces of a London dry gin. We're using Tanqueray. And then 2 dashes of orange bitters. We've got Fee Brothers today. Then add ice to your shaker. We're going to shake for 10 to 12 seconds. Go, London's calling. Go ahead and add 1.5 ounces of gin. Then we're going to go 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. freshly squeezed, of course. Fresh is best and all that good stuff. All right, we eventually got half an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice out of that. So we're then going to go half an ounce of passion fruit puree. I'm just using Monin, however you pronounce that. Then I'm going to go a quarter of an ounce of falernum, which is it's like a spiced rum liqueur. It's got cloves, cinnamon, all good stuff in this. And then we're going to go a quarter ounce of orgeat. Highly recommend making your own because the flavor of store-bought ones does not even compare to a freshly made one. Right, we're going to add a nice big scoop of pebble ice or crushed ice to your blender, milkshake maker, whatever you've got. And then just flash blend for a couple of seconds. Then we're just going to top up with some more pebble ice or crushed ice just to make it look all nice and pretty. And garnish for this is something really pretty. You're going to make yourself a little, you put the cherry, which is the planet, and then you put the lime peel, which is the wing, lime salad. Pretty cool, eh? There you go, folks. This is the Saturn. Into your cocktail shaker, we're going to combine 2 ounces of gin, then 3/4 of an ounce of Cointreau, then 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, then half an ounce of egg white. We're then going to give this a dry shake just to emulsify that egg white, get it nice and frothy. Top tip too, whenever you're doing a dry shake, always make sure your cap's on pretty tight because egg white has a tendency to expand and explode sometimes. Please shake it with ice. And we're just going to cap that off and shake it for another 10 to 12 seconds. We're just going to double strain this into a chilled coupe glass. And garnish for this one is just a lemon twist. There you go, folks. The White Lady cocktail. This is a really easy recipe to remember. We've got 2 ounces of our gin, 1 ounce of Lillet Blanc, and 3/4 of an ounce of our Suze. We're going to give this a quick stir for about 20 seconds. There you go, folks. This is the white Negroni. And we're going to go 2 ounces, or 60 mils, of gin. And today's gin is Tanqueray. It's just my basic go-to gin when it's coming to cocktails these days. All right, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, half an ounce of an egg white. We're going to give this a dry shake for maybe 10 to 15 seconds just to emulsify that white. We're then going to add ice to that shaker and then we're going to shake again for about 10 to 12 seconds to get nicely chilled. A little bit diluted. We're going to strain this into a chilled highball. And then we're going to top it off with some soda water. All right, we're just going to top off with about 2 ounces of soda water. Into the middle it goes. The foam is pretty thick. Look at that. Metal straw went straight into the middle. It didn't move. We're going to start off with 1 ounce of our gin. 1 ounce of our Chinar. Three-quarters an ounce of lemon juice. Half an ounce of simple syrup. 2 orange slices. Add ice to your shaker. Then we're gonna shake for 10 to 12 seconds. We're gonna double strain this one into a chilled coupe glass. Folks, too soon. Give it a go. So let's start. Grab your mixing glass. We're rolling 2 ounces of gin. 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. And a 1/4 ounce of every bartender's favorite, Fernet Branca. So add ice to your mixing glass. Now we're going to get this to stir for about 20 seconds. We're going to strain this into a chilled coupe. Garnish for this is a orange peel. So spread your oils over and do this.
There you go, folks. This is the hanky panky.
Okay, so 2.5 ounces of a London Dry Gin. I'm using Tanqueray today. Now, 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth in this recipe. And then we're just going to add 1 dash of orange bitters. Fill your mixing glass with ice, and we're going to stir for about 20 to 30 seconds. Here we go, the martini time. Make sure your glass is chilled. Using a little Nick and Nora for this one. And you want to express some lemon oil into your drink. And a good way of doing this is by just pouring from a height. I think the Connaught Bar in London uses that technique. And oh, beautiful. Chop and twist in.
There you go, folks. The martini. Dry martini.
So this cocktail requires a little bit of preparation ahead. You want to be infusing London Dry Gin with Earl Grey. And to do that, what you do is you get 2 tablespoons of loose leaf Earl Grey tea. You add that to 375 mils of London Dry Gin. So we're going to pour 1.5 ounces of our infused London Dry Gin. A full ounce of simple syrup. If you like your tea sweet, you're going to love this drink. Then I'm going to go 3/4 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. We got 3/4 ounce off that. We're then going to use 1 whole egg white. We're then just going to give this a dry shake for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then add ice. Then cap it off and shake for 10 to 12 seconds. I'm going to grab a chilled Nick and Nora glass. And we're going to double strain. Garnish on this is a twist of lemon. Here we go, folks. The Earl Grey Martini. In a cocktail shaker, we're going to go 1.5 ounces of gin. We're then going to go 3/4 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. We're then going to follow that with another 3/4 of simple syrup. Add ice to your shaker. Give this a shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. We're then going to double strain this into a champagne flute. We're then going to slowly add some champagne to your champagne flute. Garnish on this one is just a lemon twist. Kind of express your oils of the lemon over the drink. There you go, guys. Nice and easy. This one was French 75. Okay, to start this drink off, we're going to add 3 cucumber slices to our team and around 6 to 8 mint leaves. Give it a little slap to release some oils and gently muddle this. We're then going to add a full 2 ounces of Hendrick's gin. This particular gin, it's got a very distinct cucumber flavour. We're then going to add 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. Okay, we just got just about 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. We are then going to add 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Add ice to your cocktail shaker. We're going to shake this for about 10 to 12 seconds. We are then going to double strain this into a chilled coupe glass. Need to double strain this one just in case you get little bits of mint and shards of ice in this. For the garnish on this one, I've just got a little cucumber slice with some mint in it. It's going to be like a little island. Here you go, folks. So in the Martinez, uses a base of Old Tom style gin, maraschino liqueur, sweet vermouth, orange bitters, and Angostura bitters. As you all know, I'm an Irishman living in Australia, and for some reason, I found Old Tom style gin very hard to get where I live. The little knowledge I have about gin tells me that Old Tom style gin is a sweeter kind of gin. It still contains juniper, but this is just a little bit more sweet. As a substitute, I'm just going to use plain old Gordon's full of juniper. And I think it's a little bit sweet. Into a mixing glass, we're going to go 1.5 ounces of our Old Tom style gin, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. The pop on that bottle was glorious. And a teaspoon of maraschino liqueur is recommended. Teaspoon, bar spoon, just short of a bar spoon. Then we go 1 dash of Angostura, 1 dash of orange bitters. We're gonna add ice and then stir for about 30 seconds. So let's stir for 30 seconds. Be strain in. And garnish for this is just a little lemon twist. Express the oils over your drink as always. And there you go, guys, the Martinez. Anyway, let's get mixing. So start off, grab your cocktail shaker. And it says to add a sprig of mint. So it's very vague, a sprig of mint. My sprig has 5 leaves. Let's go. In you go. And to that sprig, we're going to add 1 ounce of simple syrup. And we're just going to give that a quick muddle. Not too much, because if you muddle mint too much, it brings out the bitter flavors, and that's not what you want. And to that, we're going to add 1 3/4 of an ounce of gin. We're using 3 full gin today, which is Steve the Bartender's gin. Will be approved. Then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice, and then 1 full ounce of our uncarbonated ginger beer. Add ice to your shaker. We're going to shake for 10 to 12 seconds. Just a note too, if you're going to use carbonated ginger beer, don't be putting that in your shaker because it will explode, and just pour it in after you've shaken all the other ingredients. To a chilled glass, add some ice. And we're just going to strain on top of the fresh ice. Alright, garnish for this is a lime wheel and a little mint sprig. And if you've got a little candied ginger, I don't have my fruit pick with me for some reason today, so I'm just going to place it on the side. And there you go, folks. Gin mule. Grab your mixing glass, and we're going to add 1 1/4 ounces. There's 1. 1 ounce of everybody's favorite, Campari. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but a lot of people like Campari, and a lot of people don't like Campari. Which side are you on? Let me know in the comments. Then we're gonna go 1 ounce of our sweet vermouth. Ooh, I'm nearly all out. I have to buy myself another bottle. And to that mixing glass, we're gonna add ice. I'm going to give this a little stir for about 15 seconds. Strain. And we're just going to express an orange peel over the top of this drink. Give it that nice citrusy flavor. And garnish with an orange wedge. There you go, folks. The Negroni. So we begin with 2 ounces of our London Dry Gin. We're using Tanqueray today. We're then going to go 3/4 of an ounce of our freshly squeezed lemon juice. Perfect for once. And then it says 1 heaped bar spoon, teaspoon it says in the recipe actually, of raspberry jam. So we're just going to do 1 heaped bar spoon, it's close enough. I don't think you can have too much raspberry flavor. 1. We're just going to give this a little stir, just so it dissolves a little bit before we shake it. Okay, add ice to your shaker. Shake for 10, 12 seconds, something like that. We go. Chilled glass. And we're going to double strain this because you don't want any of the seeds from the raspberries from the jam get into your drink. Give this one a try, folks. The Cosmonaut. Let's go. Okay, into your cocktail shaker, we're going to add 2 ounces of gin. Today we're using Tanqueray gin, the London Dry style gin, full of juniper flavor. This is what I like in my gins. We're going 3/4 of an ounce of an orange liqueur. Today we're using Luxardo triple sec. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Add ice to your shaker and give this a good shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. I like to add the soda water first into the glass because then you can give it a quick mix without sort of ruining the carbonation. Then I'm going to double strain. That's nice. Garnish for this is a simple wheel of lemon. There you go, folks. The Gin Daisy. We're going to start off with an ounce of fresh lemon juice. Freshly squeezed lemon juice, I should say, sorry. 1 ounce fresh lemon juice. And we're going to go with the star of the show, which is 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup. We're going to go 2 ounces of gin. Use Tanqueray today. To our shaker, we're going to add some ice. Double strain that into a coupe glass. Here we are, folks. The bee's knees. You're going to start off by grabbing your tin and adding 5 grapes. And we're going to give these a little muddle. Make sure you get all the juices out. You're then going to add 1 ounce or 30 mils of gin. Today we're using 1 dry Tanqueray gin. 1 ounce of the Divisive Campari. Then we go 3/4 of an ounce of the lemon juice. Freshly squeezed, of course. That was a nice juicy lemon. We've got 3 clovers. Lovely. And then we go 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. Add ice to your shaker. Give this a shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. Then we're going to take a chilled glass, fill it with some fresh ice. I'm just going to double strain this straight into the glass. Garnish for this is a couple of grapes on a nice skewer. There you go, folks. V and Zuni. Grab your cocktail shaker, and we're going to go. And we're going to count out 10 basil leaves. I don't know why I'm doing that. 10. We'll give it a slap to release some of the oils. We're going to give this a gentle muddle. This recipe calls for an entire ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So let's go. 1 ounce fresh lemon juice. Then we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. 3/4. A full 2 ounces of gin. We're using Tanqueray gin, but the recipe does say that a more savoury gin, like a celery gin, would be preferred in this one. We're going to add ice to the shaker and then give us a really good shake. And we're going to add some fresh ice to a pre-chilled rocks glass tumbler. Now we're double straining this because you don't want little tiny bits of basil floating about your drink. Well, you might. Slap a little bit of basil around here. It's all about the flavour and presentation. There you go, guys. Basil smash. Anyway, to a cocktail shaker, we're gonna add 1.5 ounces of gin. We're using Tanqueray gin today. It's a good London style dry gin. So it was 1.5 ounces. We're also gonna go 3/4 of an ounce of creme de cacao, the white version. You can get the brown version, but white is preferred in this cocktail. And we're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc. Which is delicious. If you just add this to some tonic water, it makes a great low ABV drink. And then 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Add ice to your shaker. And we're going to double strain this into a chilled coupe. Just a little twist of lemon. Here we go, the 20th century. So this recipe calls for 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of a London dry gin. We're using Tanqueray today. We then add 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of a dry vermouth. I'm just using Dolan today, or Dawn, whatever way you want to pronounce it. It's up to you. And then I'm going to go 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 1/2 ounce. And then this is what gives the cocktail a flavour. This is a freshly made raspberry syrup. So 15 mils or 1/2 ounce. Then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of egg white. Then you want to give this a dry shake because you want to get that egg white nice and frothy. You know what I'm saying? We're then going to add ice. Right. So maybe get this in a little shake for about 15 seconds. What's the trick? Then we're going to double strain this into a chilled coupe. We're just going to garnish this with some fresh raspberries. And there we go, folks. The Clover Club. So I'll just give you a quick run through of how to make the lime cordial if you're going to do this. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of simple syrup, 3 teaspoons of citric acid, 4 teaspoons of lime zest, and 1.5 ounces of freshly squeezed lime juice. You're then going to put all those ingredients into a food processor and blend it all until well combined. Then you're going to strain this through a strainer, then transfer to a bottle. Grab your cocktail shaker, and we're going to use 2 full ounces of London dry gin. And then we'll go 2/3 of an ounce of our lime cordial. Add ice to your shaker. Give us the shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. There. Here we go, guys. Begin with. So here we go. 1 ounce of this sloe gin. It's got a beautiful color. Then we've got 1 ounce of apricot brandy. Then 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. Give this a big old shake with some ice. We're going to double strain this into a pre-chilled Nick and Nora. Here we go. Color on this is fantastic. Look at that. 2 ounces of gin. We're using good old Gordon's Tanqueray. And then the recipe says 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Excellent. 3/4. Nice juicy lemon. Then 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Add ice to a shaker. Give us a good old shaky shake. Here's some ice I've crushed earlier. I'm only going to do halfway with the pebble ice, and then we'll add our drink, and then we can top up with ice if we need to. Strain over it. We're just going to top off with our crushed ice. And then we're adding 1/2 ounce of our Chambord, or creme de mure if you've got it. If you can get it, use it. 1/2 ounce. This one is a lemon wheel. Fresh blackberries if you can get them. There we go, folks. How's that look? We start off with 3/4 of an ounce of London dry gin. We're using Tanqueray today. We're going 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc. The original 1930s recipe had Quina Lillet, which is no longer available. 3/4 of an ounce of Cointreau. This is going to add our sweetness to the drink. 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 3/4 of an ounce. Alright, you shavers and shake for about 10 to 12 seconds. It says to rinse a glass with absinthe, with a dash of absinthe. So I just got a little spritz bottle. What's gonna? We're gonna double strain that into this chilled glass. Twist of lemon. Fresh lemon once as always. There you go, folks. Corpse Reviver.
So before I even start off, my first tip for making this drink, make sure you've got all your ingredients measured out already, so they're just ready to pour into the drinks. Second tip for this is, keep your dairy in one side of your shaker, your egg white and your cream, and the rest of the ingredients in the other side of the tin. Now, why do you do this? If for some reason that you're going to leave it in the tin for a certain amount of time, you've got cream and then you've got lime and lemon juice, and those don't mix well together. If you leave it for too long, it curdles. Keep them separate until you're ready to shake, and you're good. So in the large side of your shaker, we're going to go 2 ounces of gin, 1/2 ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, a dash of orange blossom water. I don't have a dasher at the minute, so I'm just going to use the tiniest little bit on a bar swing. Into the small side of your shaker, 1 ounce, or a whole egg white, whatever works. Because sometimes you get a whole egg white and it's a little bit over 1 ounce or a little bit less, but I digress. Just put it in the tin. Here's what you've got. Then we're going to go 1 ounce of foam cream. One ounce. And as I said, when you're ready to shake, add it, and then we're going to shake for about 15-20 seconds, and we want to shake really hard because this is where you want to really emulsify that egg white and cream together. Shake. Add ice to your shaker and then shake for another 12 seconds. To a chilled glass, we're going to add about 1 ounce of soda water. And then we're going to slowly strain this in. Okay, now that's set for a couple of minutes. Just going to get a straw and poke a little hole into the center. I'm just going to top it up. And me head.